Hey there everyone, this is Jeffrey with Killaskila Gaming, and welcome back to Little Nightmares, Secrets of the Maw. This is the third and final section of this story, and let's just get to it. I didn't even say what we did previously. So, previously, we used the gnomes in the hideaway to kind of make our way topside, and we are now currently in the residence, which is essentially, as far as I understand it, an extension of the ladies' quarters. Yeah, so this is probably one of the most intriguing parts of the DLC for me. It's probably my favorite visual section, my favorite lore build on, story build on, and also some of the hardest stuff, if you ask me. Yeah, see the portraits. She's oh so creepy. I love her as a character though. That's such a cool scene. Oh, I think our first Flotsam is actually back where she was. Let's try backtracking. I don't remember if she stays in that area. Oh, that's so creepy. Yeah, let's backtrack. Okay, there's a key there we're gonna need to get eventually. I think our Flotsam is down this hallway. I wanted to see if she would leave. If it's not this hallway, it's the next one. I think we want to get up there. Okay. Light switch. There we go. Well, this is kind of like the hideaway where we are going to be kind of in that central location that we just went to. So just be careful around her. key later when she leaves. Alright, we're back. Okay, so just to make this go a little quicker for us, we're gonna not do the solve the puzzle version. We're gonna do the puzzles in a certain order. That's the part that makes this chapter take so long, is just figuring things out. Which is, you know, fine if that's what you want. It is a puzzle game, so, you know, nothing wrong with that. It just take a bit of time, though. But I've already played this, like, you know, this is probably my third time playing this version. So, I think we need to... activate this. And what we're trying to do is get in there. Alright, so we got this activated. Okay, take the lever to the right. Press. Okay, 3 times. Lever. Center, 1 press. Lever left. 3 again. That didn't work, did it? I think we're close though. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So the what the guide said was a little bit off. That or maybe it's just randomized, I'm not sure. But essentially you're just trying to get the light onto the 3 locations. It was pretty close, so maybe I just made a mistake. So these portraits probably look somewhat familiar if you look at all of these. Because we've seen some in the ladies' quarters, but there are some of these that extend to other little nightmares entries. So one that I think is interesting, the one above the guy with the hairdo, between the intestine face and the twin chef appearing face, I believe is the granny. The rest I cannot remember offhand. I think this is a puzzle. What I gotta do to open this? Okay. This one might be a character from Little Nightmares 2, I'm not sure. This one is definitely a character from Little Nightmares 2 when you get to it. Remember that one? The rest I'm not sure about. No, the puzzle. I think we want to light up Either the ones that are on this wall or the ones that aren't. So hair guy's there. Let's see who else I can remember. That's the name, right? Hair guy. Where are you, hair guy? There's hair guy. So I think we need him. I think that one might be there. Child, I'm not sure. That one, I don't know. Big nose guy might be. Check it out one more time. Yeah, those two are definitely there. The rest I'm not sure about. Let's try those three for now. This one for sure. I think this one. I want to say this one's probably there because that one looks familiar to me for some reason. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when you get to the Nightmares 2, I think this might be the doctor. I'm not sure. And this one is the teacher, for sure. So if you want to match them up, I think that's who those are supposed to be. The teacher, I'm sure, but the doctor, I'm thinking that's him. Okay. Yeah, the ones that look like the chefs, I'm wondering if that's a family line. Oh, the kid is there. And the creepy old guy. Okay. Kid. And creepy old guy. There you are. Alright. This should give us access to our next Flotsam. We want the statue, obviously. Should be, yep, there it is. Is that a turnip? Okay, so if you can't see it, there's a eye behind the statue. So we're gonna grab it and jump down immediately. Okay, good. Okay, we're okay. We're good. The room is cold. Just noticed, like, the breathing. I thought I saw some earlier, but... Ooh. Oh god, the statue. Oh. Oh, I saw that. Oh, I saw that again. I probably missed a few there, but... Yeah, I've got an elevator here, because you can't climb with the statue. And I think the next room is either on the right of this floor, or it might be under us. I might need to go down a level. Yeah, not this one. It's either right below us on the low level or to the left on this side. On this level. I don't remember. I'll check here while I'm up here. What happens if I touch you? I have a feeling I'm gonna get killed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one, the base isn't the same. I think we need to take this one downstairs. I think we actually might need both, if I'm not mistaken. Where am I? There am I. I'm losing myself here. She's still listening to music, so she's still there. So, there's one thing that I actually never noticed in the main series. Yeah, here we need all three of them. There are the scenes in the main story where 6 is eating. I think I made comment that the lights flicker and you'll actually see like a shadow of 6 somewhere in the scene. Now I got the brightness settings set pretty standard, so they might not be visible, but if you were to turn the brightness up or watch in a washed out scene, you might be able to see a little figure somewhere in the scene. Hear it? To me, it looks really similar to the little things we just saw upstairs. Okay, so this can be a little bit confusing, but we essentially are slotting books into certain areas. Let me try that one. Yeah, okay. This is interesting too. If you look at this one, it's got the image of the lady's mask. So we're essentially completing the patterns, and the one at the center is missing. It's not on the floor here. We want to climb up. Oh, actually, might need to slide this over. So I think I had mentioned in the main story how, I'm not entirely sure, but we know that the lady has powers. And I kind of wonder if those powers are something that she was born with or something she was taught. The fact that she seems to read a lot, has access to a lot of reading material, makes me wonder if she learned it by reading. Okay, I did not mean to jump. I was trying to avoid that specifically. Alright, this should get us there next. Okay, so this is not the real statue. That room we went into earlier when I had the triangle one and I said the bases were different. This is the same base, so this is the one we're going to swap out for it. And of course, if you don't do it in a timely manner, this is not going to end well for us. Let's do it right here. And this is the second one we needed, out of 3, I think. We have the triangle, the square, and there should be a circle statue somewhere. Okay, so... those shadow children can't be caught in the light. Eventually they're gonna start coming after us here. Like very soon, so... this can be a little tricky if I recall. And the lady is gone. Oh, crap. Oh, no. I think that's the last one in that area. No. We gotta get the key upstairs. This goes to the door just off of the top floor where the light puzzle was. In order to get there, of course, we want to take the elevator because we can't climb the ladder with this. Ooh, I see a few of them. They're so creepy. And now she's gone. If you check the ending of the hideaway, you'll probably notice she looked up towards the elevator, so I think she must be able to sense our presence, right? Okay. Alright, before we go in there, we have a pit stop to make. So recall this book. I said it looked like the lady's mask, or half of it. So this is the miscellaneous trophy, essentially, for the chapter. So remember, we got the collectibles that we've been working on. I think we have the 3 left. We have the one for completing the chapter, and then we got this. So we want to go all the way back to basically the start of the section. And there should be a shelf area that you may have noticed early on if you were scouring. But it has that design on it. There we are. Just trying to remember where to go. So there's the other half of the mask. This is so creepy. They look like those children that were frozen by the light. This probably looks familiar. She had a set of artwork that looked the same in her room. It had a key in it. Ashes to ashes. So I don't know who would have been in there, but if that's even what it means. So this is basically a secret room. I do believe there's a Flotsam like immediately through this door. So I'll come towards the screen. So we got more enemies ahead of us. More of those children. Quite a few of them. That or they just respawn. Just watching when they go for the lunge move because they will fixate on you then. They may have stopped. We're not done with them, unfortunately. Oh, there's a hole in the floor. Watch for holes in the floor, got it. Ooh. Oh. For some reason the light keeps turning off. I don't know if I'm hitting something or... Okay, I know there's a place to go. I think it's right here. I remember I completely missed this the last time I was playing. I mean, surprise, surprise, but... I didn't realize there was that area to come, like, towards us. Okay, here we are. we want to operate this. Watch out. Watch out, we got visitors. Okay. I think we're safe. Woo! Alright. Piano. So we're second to last Flotsam in the entire DLC, so I don't quite fully remember how we get out of here. What is this? There we go. That's our last. And yeah, that rang a bell. No, the last Flotsam is a little tricky if I remember. It's easy to go the wrong way with it. And we are just back in the main area again, so that seemed to go pretty smooth for me. I remember the first time I played this, I got killed so many times by them. Ready for this? Can you hear the breathing? Her mask is off. Oh. Let's try down here really quick. I remember, I think we gotta go back here. I don't want to get cut off from it. Ooh. I'm losing you. Oh, that was creepy, the noises. Of course, all the mannequins look just like her. They're not even real mannequins, they're just... Okay. There's a door. Shattered mirror. She turned us into a gnome. Now we know where they've been coming from. It's the kids. That's why they cast human shadows. You hear that? You're eating. Okay. I'm not feeling like we're very acrobatic here. I don't know if I can make that. I have a pretty good idea where we are. The living quarters and the residence kind of look the same, right? And what was right before the living quarters? The guest area. They don't seem interested in me, at least. We'll meet again. Ugh. Why? Okay. Okay. I thought that was going to be a little bit longer. That was the end of the residence and the end of Secrets of the Maw. So, as per the usual, I got some stuff I jotted down to talk. And, of course, links in the description for some of the sources where I've got stuff from. Like I said, the residence seems to be kind of an extension of the living quarters, or sorry, the ladies' quarters, I think it's called, and filled with books that I'm assuming revolve around magic, because we saw the mask on the book, and I'm assuming that's where she gets her powers from. Not really sure what the Shadow Children are in this case, but I kind of wonder if they're similar to the Shadow 6 that I had mentioned when she feeds. Maybe there's some kind of weird extension of her. This is the only time that I have ever seen the lady's face without the mask on. And there's some people that question whether this was to show that she had a deformed face, which, because everybody in this world seems to be wearing masks, or if it's her reflection and she just appears that way and that's not really her face. So it seems kind of divided in some cases, as to whether she has a deformed face, or and that's why she breaks the mirrors, or if she just can't stand looking at herself. But the fact that she was sitting there, and staring at herself kind of, to me, suggests that maybe what happened with Six, remember when Six was fighting with her, she couldn't look at the mirror when she was fighting with Six. That's how Six was able to take her down. And then this time we see her just staring directly at the mirror herself, but with the mask off. So I kind of wonder if that's kind of an explanation. Maybe the reason she was able to look at herself this time is because she wasn't wearing the mask, and some of her powers are coming from that, because when she would go after Six, she had it on. And of course, in this case, when she came after us, she had it on, but she screamed when she saw us, and then the mask was on the next time we saw her. So maybe that's why the mirrors are broken. Maybe she sees a reflection of herself that's hideous, and maybe she doesn't really look that way. We don't know, because we haven't seen her face face forward, so to speak. We haven't seen her without the mask otherwise. Now, if you notice, the lights flicker when the kid sees her, when the kid kind of runs across her, when he first sees her and when she comes at him down the hallway. And then she kind of took off when we saw her rather than facing us directly. So I'm kind of wondering, in that sense, if the mask is the source of her power, and if Six was just simply directing it back at her using the mirror, or if she has some kind of innate power or not. I'm not entirely sure. So kind of an interesting point. And then Six ends up absorbing these powers, as we saw, or maybe she had them innately. I put the argument out there already that Six and the lady are the same person, if you treat this like a cycle, and Six was just usurping the lady and taking over the role. Something that is a bit more on my plate, it's not something I've ever read, is that is kind of an explanation for the gnomes. So it's very clear now that the lady has the ability to turn children into gnomes. That's why they were casting the childlike shadows. And you might want to ask then, why would she do this? The children seem to be the delicacy at the Maw. Maybe the runaway children are punished by being forced into labor by working down in the furnace room, and that's why the hideaway is down there. So the runaway children become essentially faceless entities, because the gnomes have no face, right? They don't have any distinguishing characteristics to tell each other apart. And so I was kind of considering, when I last started to do a series on this, which was, I want to say, a couple of years ago, I'd have to go back and look. I was considering the idea that Nome, N-O-M-E, could be a play on the phrase no name, as in they have no name, they're not recognizably individuals anymore, they're just this small entity that's working at the behest of the lady to keep the Maw running. I don't know if that's never really, I've never seen that come up in lore discussions as far as I've read. So if you're thinking I'm getting that from something, I'm not. That's the only thing in this game that I think I put together on my own, is that they are just faceless entities here working to keep the Maw running, essentially, because the Maw has to run. That's the cycle. And maybe that's their punishment as runaway kids, is becoming gnomes and then keeping the Maw running. So the lady turns the runaway kid into a gnome who finds the sausage. The sausage! You know what that means, right? That means that we are the child that 6 ate in the guest area in section 4, chapter 4. So, we make it all the way through the depths, all the way through the hideaway, all the way through the residence, to this final location where we get transformed into a gnome, crawl our ass down into the guest area, and find a sausage right in the room where 6 is going to come in and eat us. What a twist, I tell you. I love that. I think this is such a brilliant extension to the story. So, that's it. That's the end of Little Nightmares Secrets of the Maw. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're going to stick around to see Little Nightmares 2 and Little Nightmares 3, which Little Nightmares 3 will be my first playthrough of that. So, anyways, thank you all for joining, and I will see you all later.